And welcome to beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. It's the entertainment capital of the world, but it is quickly becoming the sports capital. And tonight we got playoff hoops here in Vegas. UNLV, the home squad, a couple of 20-win teams taking on the Boston College Eagles out of the ACC. Let's take a look at our brackets. This is a second-round matchup. The winner of this game will advance to the quarterfinals to take on the #1 seed Seton Hall Pirates. They will have to go on the road for that game. But first, you gotta get the win here in the second round alongside the coach, former coach at Tulane in Miami, Perry Clark. I'm John Shriffen. Coach, as a Vegas resident, you know I'm hyped for this game. This is a big one. The first playoff game in this building in 20 years for UNLV.
I didn't know if I was coming to a basketball game or a Drake concert. I'm just telling you, they were really pumped and excited about this one.
Boston College got here with a 62-57 win over Providence. That was a huge win, a regional rivalry for the Eagles. For UNLV, they got here. They had to go on the road at Princeton, an 84-77 win on Wednesday. Then they flew back home here to host this second-round matchup here in the NIT. It's the Rebels wearing the white, the Eagles wearing the road maroon. We are getting set to tip it up. First ever meeting between Boston College and UNLV, and the Rebels have won the tip.
And our fans need to keep an eye on number 11 for the Rebels. He is really, really good, Thomas. He's a freshman. He handles the ball. He runs the show.
Inside they go. Rob Whaley Jr. going against the 7-footer, so they kick it out. 3-ball from the corner, and it's Post, the 7-footer, with the first board for the Eagles.
You may think Post has an advantage against Whaley, but he's played against bigger guys in the Mountain West and has held his own.
Here's Mason Madsen. He's a sharpshooter, and he nails the first three.
John, both of these two teams really wanted to be here and really wanted to get to the next round.
Let's be real. When you get to the NIT, it's all about who still wants to play. And Keelan Boone is not trying to end his career. The fifth-year senior wants to keep playing.
Well, he does, and you know his brother's been hit with some injury, and we're not sure if he's going to be able to go or not. But the Boone twins have really been the two people that have really set the stage for this Vegas team.
Now, that was missed badly, but Post can step out and hit that three. That's why he's able to stretch the defense at 7 feet tall. There's the sensational freshman missing his first shot, but the tip in for Didon Thomas Jr.
He is fearless. I mean, he goes into the crowd. He's able to elevate. He protects the ball. He's a very special player.
Post on the deck with the runner. He has so many moves at 7 feet tall, Coach.
He really does. I mean, he's not just a pick and pop guy. We see that he can put the ball on the floor, and certainly offensively, he's who Boston College really likes to go through and set everybody else up.
Boone, he's a tough matchup at 6'9", because he can do things like that.
Well, he's a big-time one-on-one player. And when things break down, especially as you move on and level of competition in the tournament, you need a guy that can go get his own shot, and Boone can certainly do that.
I like the start of this. Both teams filling it up, finding a rhythm here in Vegas.
Now, Boston College will run action to try to get easier shots.
Jaden Zachary tried to tip it out, but a turnover against the Eagles.
Yeah, this Boston College team, when I talked to Coach Grant, he said, you know, we struggled in the middle of the season. They could have given up. Our fan base could have given up. They didn't. We rallied. We came back, and they felt like they're very deserving to be here. As the other Boone, Caleb Boone, just enters the game into a standing ovation.
Big round of applause for Caleb Boone. He got his ankle rolled up on him last game of the regular season, diving for a ball. Coach Kruger said we weren't even sure if he was going to play today, but a good sign he's on the floor early on. Here's his first touch. Boone in the post, one-on-one turnaround, and he draws the whistle.
You know, what UNLV is doing right now is extremely important, because if there is an advantage, it seems like Boston College with the size. And right now, UNLV is going right at the size, showing that they're not afraid of it.
So Caleb Boone, the Oklahoma State transfer, knocks down his first free throw.
You know, yesterday we were at practice, and all the UNLV players came up and spoke. You know, they're such a nice bunch of young men. I mean, they're really appreciative, and you know, Coach has just done a really great job in developing them in this program.
UNLV with an early 3-point lead. Opening minutes here in this second round game in the NIT. Inside they go to post. Here comes the double team. He kicks it out. 6 on the shot clock. McLaughlin.
UNLV is very proud of their defense. When I asked Coach, what do you hang your hat on? He told me without a question, our defense.
With the blow by and the floater, Justin Webster. Hello.
All of the UNLV players have the ability to put the ball on the floor. So when you have a team that's like that, closeouts are going to be extremely important.
Good pump fake by Claudell Harris Jr. to kick out to Madsen. He misses a 3. A 5-point lead for the Runnin' Rebels. Inside they go in the post. Boone trying to bang. Adjustment and his hook shot goes. A hot start for UNLV.
I like the way Boone creates space there. He really does a good job. He's not overly big or strong, but he's very quick and he's very skilled.
Zachary puts an end to the 7-0 run for UNLV.
Zachary is a quiet guy that just gets it done. He can play the point. He can play off the ball.
Weren't sure if we were going to see Boone because of his ankle injury, but he's been looking really good with the footwork. Got the up and under, but they left that one short. If you're Boston College, where do you want to run your offense?
You have to run it through post. They've been doing it all year. They run splits off of him. They run ball screens off of him.
Zachary, that one in and out. Post tried to keep it alive, but it's UNLV coming away with it.
The Boston College players are not necessarily great one-on-one players, but they really work hard off of action and get good shots. Talk
the
about
degree
action.
of difficulty on that shot by Thomas. That was a 10.
Talk about action right there. The young fella is fearless.
He played just over 5 minutes here in this first half. Post is stuck, but he finds a way to put it up and in.
Post is a very clever offensive player. He can catch and shoot. He can use angles, or he can go over top of you. So he does a good job of reading the defense.
A nice pump fake by the other Boone brother. And it's Whaley keeping it alive. We welcome you to Las Vegas. UNLV with an early 14-9 lead alongside the coach, Perry Clark. I'm John Schriffen. This is Keelan Boone. Left it short. The good sign for UNLV is that Caleb Boone, dealing with an ankle injury, is on the floor. We weren't sure we were going to see him tonight, but he's provided some quality minutes early on.
Not only is he on the floor, he's making a point and being a factor.
Nice pass inside. Zachary lays it in for Boston College as they cut down this lead to 3.
And by keeping post at the high post, I sound redundant, I know, but what it does is it opens space in the paint area for driving and cutting.
Here's Caleb Boone. Injured his ankle in the last game of the regular season for UNLV, and the hook shot is money.
They have made a point of putting Caleb Boone in the low post and letting him go to work right now. And McLaughlin is the guy he's working against, who is a heck of a player.
Coach, when Caleb Boone came into the game off the bench, this crowd gave him a rounding standing ovation as Post, the 7-footer, missing the 3. They know how important he is to this team.
Oh, you know, there are certain guys that generate energy. And those are guys that are very skilled and play really hard. And both of the Boone twins do a great job with that.
Keelan Boone off the mark. Rebound goes to Madsen.
You know, you talk about the Mountain West, and they got legitimate post people in that conference. And UNLV is not oversized in any way, shape, or form, and they're more athletic than they are tall, but they play so well together.
Here's Keelan Boone, knocks down the three, and Thomas and Mack Center is alive here in Vegas.
You know, this UNLV team does not like to necessarily run, but Boston College is going to have to do a better job in transition defense and picking guys up.
Cardell Harris Jr. silences the crowd. He had 17 points in the win over Providence, and he had so many clutch plays down the stretch to get that win for Boston College.
He is a big-time shooter, and he's got the poise and capacity to help bring Boston College back. They're going to have to play him.
Rob Whaley at 6'7". Mid-range jumper off the mark, and the rebound goes to post. A 5-point lead for the Running Rebels here early on. Madsen rising up.
John, what I like so far is I think both teams are following their game plan and are attacking. Post is taking guys away from the basket. They're sending cutters through. For UNLV, they're picking who they're going to post. They're spreading the floor. They're attacking certain guys and sharing the basketball.
There's Justin Webster. So both teams were off to a hot start and have cooled off somewhat now as we approach 11 minutes to play here in this first half. This is the second round of the NIT. The winner of this game will go on to the quarterfinals and take on Seton Hall. Harris, mid-range jumper. And the offensive rebound goes to the Eagles. Madsen on the drive off the mark, but Post is there. Second team All-ACC this season for Boston College.
You know, when I asked coaches about playing Boston College in the league, they told me playing them is like going to the dentist and get a root canal. They just kind of keep coming at you, coming at you, coming at you. No matter what you do, they just don't go away.
So what you're saying is it's not much fun.
No, not at all.
Floater off the mark, tipped around. And they have a foul. Pushed out of bounds is Zachary. Our media timeout, we will step aside. A 3-point lead for the Running Rebels here in Vegas. Welcome back to the second round here in the NIT. Boston College, UNLV. The winner of this game will move on to play Seton Hall, the #1 seed, on the road either Tuesday or Wednesday in the quarterfinals. What's up, everybody? Welcome courtside alongside the coach. He's Perry Clark. I'm John Schriffen. Well, it feels like the old school 80s, early 90s magic of UNLV is starting to come back here into the building. When they won in Princeton, that was the first win in postseason for UNLV in 16 years. Kevin Kruger deserves a lot of credit.
He does. He's trying to chase the past because this place used to be electric. They used to have the Sharks coming down the tunnel and everything. He's trying to bring that back, and so far, this young UNLV team is playing extremely well.
Everywhere you go here in this Thomas and Mack Center, there's a reminder of Jerry Tarkanian and the grip he had on Las Vegas. There were no pro sports teams at the time. UNLV was the biggest ticket, and Kevin Kruger in his third year is trying to tap back into that.
Without question. I came in here and played Tark in the tournament, and I'm just telling you, this place was unbelievable. For a guy to sit there and chew a towel the whole game, you knew he had some players. I like the way Boston College is going back to their sets and trying to get something out of their sets where they can get some movement and some cutting and get easy baskets.
Nice pass by Quentin Post finding Elijah Strong. Now, Earl Grant, head coach, said, when Post gives us 5 or more assists a game, we feel like we're going to win every single time.
Well, that's because he's getting guys involved. He's getting guys baskets that may not be able to do it one-on-one.
Stopping on a dime. What a shot by Didon Thomas Jr. Coming out of high school, he was a top 25 player in the country. He was a huge get for this UNLV program, and it feels like he's making the Running Rebels cool again.
Well, he is, and he enjoys being here. He's a really polite young man, and he's excited for the opportunity.
Co-Mountain West Freshman of the Year. There's a huge block by Carl Jones, and a foul by Boston College in the backcourt. Another timeout on the floor. Thomas and Mack is rocking. A 3-point lead for UNLV. ESPN's exclusive presentation of the 2024 National Invitation Tournament is brought to you by Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Nighttime on the Vegas Strip. You're looking at the Bellagio Fountain. We are here at UNLV. There's some experimental rules this season here in the NIT, and the biggest one is widening the lane from 12 to 16 feet is now consistent with international rules. Coach, I want your opinion. How much of an impact does that have on the game?
I don't think it has a lot because of the quick turnaround. I think coaches, they'll talk about it with their team, but they don't want to put that in their heads. They want them to come out and just play the way that they normally play without having one more thing to worry about.
Now they're experimenting with the rule maybe to increase scoring, but when you think about it, the rules here in college, there's no defensive 3 seconds as Post swats that one away. So it'll be interesting to see if widening the lane has any impact. 7-footer's got handles, he's got defense, he can shoot. There's so many things he brings to the Eagles squad. Strong turnaround off the mark, but he tracks down his own miss, and he'll be fouled.
Post does a really good job defensively in shutting down the lane. He's not known as a shot blocker, but he comes over and he makes people shoot over that 7-foot frame. Right now he's being matched up with Jones, and Jones physically is supposed to keep him off the glass and can match with him. Again, this UNLV team is not overly tall right now, John, but they're very quick.
They're feisty. Look at that steal right there. Taken away. The pass to Noel, and he'll be fouled and get a trip to the free throw line. Jackie Johnson III took it away, started the break, and UNLV will shoot 2.
Jackie Johnson III is a monster defensively. I've watched film on him. I mean, he's almost like Muggsy Bogues. You want to keep the ball away from him because he'll pick your pocket, he'll come from the weak side, and he really does a great job defensively for this UNLV team.
Now, Coach, this is a UNLV team that is playing with a chip on their shoulder right now. They have had injuries the entire season. They've only had their full squad for 14 minutes of the entire season. They've had to deal with all kinds of injuries. They've overcome that. They finished 4th in the Mountain West. That was just stacked this year. And somehow they were overlooked by the tournament selection committee, even though they picked 2 teams who finished after them in the Mountain West to make it to the big dance.
You know, sometimes that's very hard to explain. When I asked Coach how did they explain it, he just said they didn't. You know, and he's very polite. And so, but I think it's made them closer. And I think it made them to have much more of a focus. They are very impressive defensively. I saw it on film even more so when you're watching them in person.
Prince Aligbe with a pick and roll. That one is batted away. There goes Jackie Johnson III, and he lays it in.
See, that's what I'm talking about, John. Right now, Boston College has a problem. I'm not sure they know what to run because UNLV is switching a lot of stuff. They're quick, their hands are moving, and they're really playing great defense.
Let's see where the offense will come from with Post on the bench right now for the Eagles. Zachary picks up his dribble. Here's Prince Aligbe, the sophomore out of Minneapolis. 1 second on the shot clock. This crowd is so loud, they didn't even recognize the shot clock was winding down.
They are really great defensively. It's a pleasure to watch guys dig in and play defense like that. Look at it. The ball can't be penetrated. And then they come up with a steal.
Tomorrow, the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship second round continues on ESPN at 6 Eastern. Syracuse and the #1 seed UConn featuring Paige Beckers. And at 8 o'clock, the game everybody wants to see. Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes take on West Virginia. And in the nightcap, freshman sensation Juju Watkins and USC host Kansas. All games also available on the ESPN app. How incredible has the women's game become? Every single night you're watching a game that has a superstar.
I tell you what, they play fun basketball. They enjoy the way they enjoy playing, and the crowd has really been tremendous, and it's really been into it. Like I still live in Columbia, and I can tell you when South Carolina plays, there's a line around the corner. I can't even cut in. I mean, it is really rocking and rolling with the enthusiasm that they have for women's basketball, and they've got some great ambassadors that are carrying the flag for it also.
All right, so the officials are going to the monitor, they're reviewing the clock. Before we went to break, the clock stopped, didn't run, so they're trying to figure out how much time needs to be taken off of the clock when we resume play here. Because that was a while, the clock just did not move. And then it starts back up with that made basket. So our officials tonight, Ryan Holmes, Crystal Hogan, Darren White, they're on top of it. They're just trying to figure out the clock situation. In the meantime, let's talk a little Boston College, because Earl Grant, in his third season, he had these guys humming down the stretch. And we went to his practice yesterday. They take his feistiness, his mentality, his tough, gritty attitude. It was fun to watch them fly around defensively in practice.
Well, he is a basketball coach. He's come up as an assistant at Clemson and really did a great job there. Then went to College of Charleston, did a great job there. He's got a game plan. He knows how he wants the game to be played, and because he knows how he wants it to be played, it's easy to pass that on to the players, and they all are a single mindset. One of the things he said, he was so happy to be in the NIT because he felt that was a reward for a lot of these players to struggle through some of the early things that they had to do when he first got there.
So the officials took 20 seconds off the clock after reviewing things. And just finishing up on Earl Grant, he talked about a lot of these guys have been with the program for 2-3 years. He goes, they're not renting like guys coming in as a transfer. They're owners.
Yes.
And they have taken ownership of what this Boston College team has become. And that's why he wants this team to take advantage and enjoy this postseason run. Shot clock's down to 4. Noel, tough shot. Rims out, but he does get the whistle.
UNLV very seldom, they don't play a lot of one-on-one ISO type ball. They try to get some movement. Guy catches it, then he can push the ball on the floor, excuse me. But when they do, Noel is one of the guys that can really step up and do a really good job with that.
Shane Noel, the junior, former transfer from Arizona, knocks down the first. Started this season, he was out for about 4 weeks. He was really supposed to be the 6th man coming into the season, but because of all the injuries, he's been a starter, and he's really taken advantage of these minutes.
Yeah, and he plays well with Webster as a guard and Johnson as a guard, because those two guys create a lot of havoc defensively so they can play in transition, and he really does a good job of finishing.
They've had so many different starting lineups for UNLV. The starting lineup tonight was actually the starting lineup they used against Princeton, just the 2nd time they've used it all year. Under 7 minutes to play in this first half. Post, kick out, McLaughlin nails the 3. When Post is passing and the initiator, this Eagles team is on fire.
They are, and McLaughlin is a really talented basketball player now. He rebounds the ball, he plays in the post, he can also step out. But you know, Boston College has not been able to run anything offensively in the flow because of the great defense of UNLV.
Post says, give me the ball. He wants to be the guy to set things up. Post will launch from 3 and knocks it down. The 7-footer knocks down his first 3 of the game. He's up to 9 points.
You can have great technique, but nothing overcomes talent. And he couldn't drive it, so he just stepped back and buried the 3.
Post is a Mississippi State transfer. The knock on him when he came here was that he was soft. And Earl Grant said, no, he's not soft. He's just skilled.
You know,
there he is battling for the rebound, tips it out, and the Eagles coming the other way. Hand with a Euro, and he'll get to the free throw line.
And that's when Boston College likes to run, when they can get rebounds like that and get off. There you see Post doing what he does real well, sharing the basketball. And then you see him step away from the basket when he has to. That's why he's such a tough guard, because of his versatility. You know, John, when you have skills and you have players with skills, you can ask them to do different things because they can do it. Post can pass, he can post, and he can shoot the three because his skill levels allow him to do that.
You also have to trust your head coach. And you can tell this team has bought into what Earl Grant has accomplished here in his 3rd season.
All you got to do is talk to Earl Grant, and you see that he's genuine. I mean, he appreciates the game. He appreciates what the game has done for him, what it does for his players. And Boston College made a great hire in him and putting that program back together.
I mean, think about their win in the first round of the NIT over Providence. That was the first time those two schools in each other's backyard had played in 6 years. He said that win was big for us because it's a regional win, and it's going to help us down the line in terms of recruiting.
Yeah, but he said he didn't realize how big it was. When I was at Miami, we were in the Big East, and that was a big-time rivalry there with Jim Calhoun and with Al Skinner. And so, you know, in that part of the country, that was huge.
An 8-0 run for Boston College as they take a 1-point lead. De'Don Thomas Jr., the co-Mountain West Freshman of the Year. Inside with Whaley, immediately kick out. Watson, 3-ball, got it. Excuse me, Webster.
Great spacing.
UNLV retakes the lead by 2 as we approach 5 minutes to play in this first half. Post pushed out by Whaley. And a good rebound inside by McLaughlin.
That's what he can do. He can rebound that ball, and he gets him another shot.
Mason Madsen knocks down the 3, his 2nd of the game. Whaley says, get off me. Now the big fella's gonna bang, no call. Kick out, and the 3 falls. Keelan Boone. The refs are letting them play, and we love it. McLaughlin, nothing but nylon, and they're trading threes here in Vegas.
The scouting report said he's not supposed to knock down threes like that, but yet he's been burying them today. This is a heck of a ball game.
Both teams fighting for a trip to the quarterfinals as Seton Hall awaits the winner. Thomas so crafty with the ball. The pass inside to Boone, spinning on the block, but it's pulled away. And Zachary will push it up into the front court. Madsen, bang, bang! His 3rd 3 of the game, and the Boston College bench on their feet.
But you see the way Boston College, even when they were down, they didn't change the way that they were playing. They just stepped up and ran more sets, executed better out of the sets, shared the basketball more.
All right, if you're UNLV, how do you now retake control of this game?
I think you have to do it from the defensive end, because that's how they took control in the beginning. You know, that's a tough shot right there, and yeah, you can make some of those, but I think you got to get defensively, get some steals, get some runouts, and get some easy baskets like they did earlier.
A 2-point lead for Boston College, under 3 minutes to play in this first half. Zachary gets by his man off the window and in.
Boston College has gone more to playing out of their set stuff than their high post motion.
Boone, catch and shoot. And for UNLV, it's now 1 and done. Madsen's had the hot hand, but a block. Caleb Boone, and then a foul on the rebound.
Threes have been raining today. Madsen knocks down a 3 right there to give them a lead. And that's how Boston College has gotten back in control of this game.
Well, Boston College is shooting 50% from downtown right now.
Well, they're getting really good spacing. They're sharing the basketball. And I think that is really the key reason they haven't given up. When they were down, they never gave up on their game plan and playing together. It was never individual going one-on-one. They just did more action through posts, and they took advantage of it. You know, I was talking about Boston College Providence. I got to mention our colleague Tim Welch, because he was a heck of a coach at Providence. He made going to Providence a very, very enjoyable trip. I'm just telling you.
Timmy Welsh, one of the great men in college basketball game. Our colleague now, a great golfer.
He is that. He comes from the Boeheim School of Golfing.
Here's Deion Thomas stopping on a dime. Boone with the up and under, blocked by Post, his second block of the game. And Boone is down behind the play. UNLV takes it away, but Boone is still slow. Thomas pull-up jumper, and it rattles in.
I think they may have to take Boone out. He didn't even run down offensively.
So Keelan Boone is now struggling right now. UNLV find themselves down by 2. Inside they go to Post, and it's Boone with the rebound, still trying to compose himself. Thomas is so good with the ball. He's quick, he is skilled, he knows the angles. And this is a young man who should be a senior in high school right now. He reclassified, he turned 18 in September just so he could be a part of this UNLV program.
And they're happy to have him because he does such a good job of running the show.
Watch out! Shane Noel with the throwdown.
Give Thomas credit for that, because he controlled the basketball so well that he just mesmerized the Boston College defense.
You think the magic is back here in Thomas and Mack? Keelan Boone working on Madsen. Will give it up. The corner jumper by Cottrell is off the mark. "30 seconds to play in this first half. It has been a good one, all tied at 37 apiece.
And Harris has the ball now. He has not had a great half, and this young man with the ball right now is capable of really having a big-time scoring half.
6-second differential between shot and game clock. Shot clock's at 4. There goes Post. Skip pass. Madsen. He'll launch from 3. In and out. But the rebound is there. Wait a minute. So the officials inadvertently blew a whistle. The shot clock violation went off, but the shot did hit the rim. So now they're talking to each other to figure out what the decision should be.
If it's an inadvertent whistle, it goes to the possession.
All right, so let's take a look. Madsen got it off before the shot clock expired, but you see the near side official raise his hand and blow the whistle inadvertently.
If it's an inadvertent whistle, they normally go to the possession. So it would be Boston College ball.
Now that'd be a tough break for the Eagles because they had that putback and they had the 2 points.
Yes. We're getting an explanation right now. John, that's one rule I can tell you about because it cost me a game. We were actually up with the ball with less than a minute. They called an inadvertent whistle. We lost the ball. The other team got it, came down, hit a 3, and beat us.
Were you with Miami or Tulane at the time?
I was at Tulane. We played Charlotte. We were playing Charlotte.
So it'll be Boston College when we come back from this quick break here in Vegas. Alongside the coach, Perry Clark, I'm John Schriffen. Okay, the inadvertent whistle took a bucket away from Boston College. If you're Earl Grant, what are you drawing up in this timeout?
A normal out-of-bounds play that he has in his repertoire for a late game situation. With 5 on the clock, they normally have something that they want to run to get it in and get a shot off.
So 5.7 seconds to play in this first half. Boston College will inbound underneath. They find the big fella, Post. He's doubled immediately. Inside they go, missing the layup to Zachary. And that's how the first half will end.
He rushed himself. Zachary had more time than what he thought.
We will go to the locker room all tied at 37 apiece. Winner will move on to the quarterfinals of the NIT. Boston College used the three ball. Madsen had 3 threes in that first half. We're all tied up at 37. ESPN, welcome to Las Vegas. We are at the half. It is UNLV, Boston College, all tied at 37 apiece. This is the second round. Winner gets a trip to the quarterfinal and a game against Seton Hall. What's up, everybody? Welcome courtside here at Thomas & Mack Center alongside the coach. He's Barry Clark. I'm John Schrippen. All right, about 8 minutes into the game, it was UNLV in control. They were up by 8, and then things seemed to change. What did Boston College do to get back in this game?
7 for 14 from the three. They started sharing the basketballs, not trying to drive a post up, but getting good three-point shots, and they made 7 of them, and that'll get you back in a hurry.
It was close ever since. It has been a fun first half. Two teams that clearly want to be here, don't want their season to end. As we take a look at the first half stats, what number stands out for you?
Pretty even. I think, with the three-point shooting, the one thing that UNLV has done is turnovers. I mean, they've got Boston College to commit 5 turnovers, and most of those went for easy scoring opportunities. So I think that it's been a real balanced first half.
Quentin Post and Mason Madsen lead the way for Boston College. They have 9 points apiece. And it's Keelan Boone with 11 points, leading all scorers for UNLV. He got shaken up a little bit towards the end of that first half, but was able to recompose himself and finish that first half strong for the Runnin' Rebels.
Well, the play of both Boones, I think, has been really instrumental for UNLV because they've helped on the glass. They helped neutralize the size disadvantage that they're in.
20 more minutes to decide who gets a trip to the quarterfinals and a trip to Seton Hall. Here's Harris, quick release. Man, he is so smooth rising up. Knocks down a 3 to start the second half.
Now, he did not have a great first half. Not that he was bad, but he wasn't a factor. And normally when Boston College wins, he's the factor. So we'll keep an eye on him.
Everything on the perimeter for UNLV on this opening possession, the second half. And an offensive foul. Nice job by the freshman, De'Don Thomas Jr., taking the charge.
What UNLV does is they really play well in the gaps. They come over, they help on the drive, they help on the pass, and so it's hard to get the ball in the paint the way they play defense.
So for Devin McLaughlin, the sophomore for Boston College, that's his 3rd personal.
Whaley has not done a lot offensively, but he's played extremely well defensively.
He's giving up a little height, but he's got the physicality to compete with Post, and he gets that shot to go.
And he gives up the height against everybody he plays in the league, so this is not anything new to him.
Madsen with 3 threes in that first half. You got to stay up on him if you're UNLV. Post with some open room, missing the jumper, but McLaughlin is there for the putback.
That's what he does well. He's their best offensive rebounder.
Noel trying to turn the corner, but he walked. No, they called a foul first. That caused him to have the extra step. So the second personal called against Madsen. As Elijah Strong will check back into the game for the Eagles. There's Thomas rising up. Kevin Kruger said when he stepped on campus, we knew he was good. We didn't know just how good he was going to be. He was way ahead of schedule when he started with the Rebels.
His range, I think, is the thing that has surprised people because he really can shoot the three as well as drive the basketball.
The lane opens up as Elijah Strong lays it in. A 2-point lead for Boston College. Thomas, mid-range jumper. The freshman, he's starting to feel it.
Yeah. They're going to have to do something with him on those ball screens. Post is going to have to step up and show, or the guy guarding him is going to have to go underneath.
Are you really considered a freshman this time of year?
Not really, but
Harris gives it to his big man Post. He's doubled by Whaley, but a little too much activity as Whaley's called for the reach-in.
But that just goes to show you how good UNLV's defense is. Because normally that's a touch pass from Post. When he gets it in there, he's got cutters, he's got wings open. He normally catches it and makes the next play. But defensively, UNLV was so quick, it made him hold up and not try to read.
Boone was right up in the grill of Harris. You could tell he wanted to pull that off the inbound. Crowd thought he dragged his foot, but Boone gets the steal anyway. Ahead of the pack. And Webster couldn't finish.
He got too deep on that.
Look at Post at 7 feet, calling out the action. Pick and roll, trying to get it back to him, and he throws it down. Quentin Post is trying to become a problem here inside for the Eagles. Whaley at 6'7", going against Strong at 6'8", and Strong won that battle.
By getting the ball to Post in the middle of the floor, you have options where you can go either side because you haven't declared a strong side or a weak side.
A foul called against Whaley as Strong gets a trip to the free throw line. 2-point lead for Boston College. Quentin Post, the big man, stepping up.
There you see him on the roll right there. Great finish, good hands, good technique.
ESPN is back Wednesday night. Starts with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. First game will be the Clippers traveling to Philly to take on the 76ers. And it's the defending champs trying to get that #1 seed out west. Denver Nuggets hosting Phoenix. That's Wednesday on ESPN. So Elijah Strong at the free throw line to shoot 2 with the Boston College Eagles up by 2 in this second round of the NIT. Hard to believe this is the first ever meeting between Boston College and UNLV. And I think that's another one of the things that's great about the NIT is that you get matchups you wouldn't normally see.
Oh, without question, and a lot of that has to do with geography. For a long time, Boston College was in the Big East, and they just didn't come this far out.
So a little full court press by Boston College. Thomas, the local product out of Liberty High School. He was recruited by everybody in the country, and he took it upon himself to come to UNLV because he wants to get something started here. Webster, the runner, and it falls over the 7-footer post.
Webster does a great job defensively. He also penetrates extremely well.
Post with a hand in his face. That one in and out. Strong couldn't keep it alive. It's Webster coming away. Boone wants the isolation, and the skip pass is picked off by Strong. Strong, one-on-one, in and out. What a move! Elijah Strong to the bucket. UNLV, that was their first turnover of the game, and it led to the transition points. Thomas probing, his scoop shot rolls off.
They're really trying to now to work through post. Either ball screen or having back cuts coming off of him, keeping the ball in the middle of the floor.
Harris does not need much space. That one too strong, and it's Caleb Boone with the rebound.
I'm surprised Harris hasn't been more of a factor in this game.
Here's Zachary defending Thomas, and Earl Grant said Jaden Zachary is our most important player. Now, you would think it would be post, but he said Zachary for his defensive intensity, what he brings to us. Caleb Boone trying to get something going. The hook shot goes. Looked like he was stuck, but found a way to put it in.
Well, what he has the ability to do is come from a dead jump stop and still elevate. A lot of people, they can only elevate if they're on the move, but he gets to that jump stop and he can still elevate over the defense.
Post draws the double team. That leaves Madsen open in the corner. Webster, catch and shoot. And a strong board by Madsen. He wants to push it into the front court. Post, crossover on Whaley. Good D for UNLV.
Post was looking for the foul. Like I tell you all the time, you got to go to make the basket. If they call the foul, they call the foul. But he was trying to draw the foul and didn't get a real good angle on the drive.
Running Rebels deciding to slow things down now and run their set here in the half court. A foul called against Boston College. First turnover of the game by UNLV led to an easy two for Boston College.
Well, it did. Strong right there. Does a great job handling the basketball. Watch him keep his head up. Great finish at the rim.
Oh, we got a legend in the house. Anderson Hunt, 2022 UNLV Athletic Hall of Fame inductee. He was the most outstanding player in that 1990 Final Four when the Running Rebels won the national championship. His number 12 hangs in the rafters here at Thomas and Mack Center. And he is one of the greatest people you will know in this basketball world. He is so tuned in and dialed into this Las Vegas community. He gives back his time to the university, to the community. One of the great people you will meet here in this college basketball world.
Without question. And great, great defensive player. I mean, just, he hounded the ball, and he used to drive guards nuts.
It's because of guys like that that they got what they call Gucci Row here at the Thomas and Mack Center, the first courtside row of seats across from the bench. Rising up, Keelan Boone knocks down the three.
I think his range has surprised Boston College because he is shooting the ball from distance with ease, and they're not really putting a lot of pressure on him out there.
So UNLV retakes a 2-point lead. Back and forth we go in the second half. Hand planks the three, and it's ripped down by Thomas.
The thing I like about Thomas, if he doesn't have a shot, he doesn't force it.
Good pass inside Johnson. And a whistle is called on post as Carl Jones will go to the line.
Look for this action, get ready to get sped up because Johnson's in the game. They used to knock him down the three. He's so at ease shooting the three from there. I mean, boom, he jab steps, and then you don't come up on him, he just buries the three.
There's so many things he can do. He's a good rebounder. He's a great defender with his length. And then, like you said, he's one of those guys who wants to take the big shot And that's what Kevin Kruger has relied on all season, because he's a guy down the stretch you can count on.
Yeah, and he's not physical. You know, he's an athlete and he's skilled, and he uses that to his advantage. And he's a competitor. That's another huge attribute.
Paul Jones, a senior from Chicago, missing the second. So it's a 3-point lead for UNLV. Post looking for help. He finds Harris curling. Hand inside the post, and he puts it in for 2 more.
Give Boston College a lot of credit on that. They really took their time. They got the ball from one side of the floor to the other. They didn't settle for the first look they got.
Webster off the window, and that's going to be Boston College ball.
Watch the patience. I mean, the ball moves. They drive it, able to get the next pass to post. They really took their time with that, and that's one of the things that they've done since the defense got heated up on them and was taking them out of some things they wanted to do.
Zachary gets the bump and the bucket.
You know, Coach talked about why important Zachary is, because he handles the ball. You don't speed him up. He's not looking to score, but he's a capable scorer and takes advantage of situations. When he was turning that corner, John, he was looking for posts. He saw post wasn't there, saw the opening, and took advantage of it.
What's the key to running that pick and roll? Because there's so many options when you got a big man like Post.
Pace. You have to do it at a speed in which you can read the defense and not already make up your mind what you're going to do.
Because the defense didn't collapse, and Zachary there took it all the way to the rim.
Exactly. And some guys automatically think, well, they're going to collapse, and they try to force it to the big.
Just like that, Boston College retakes a 2-point lead. What a shot for Johnson. He is instant energy when he comes off the bench.
Now, do they give him the basket or they give him a tip?
Strong pulling up in the lane off the mark. We are tied up for the 7th time tonight. Caleb Boone has the ISO. The double comes. He kicks it out. Johnson fakes the pass. Nobody picks him up, so he gets the easy floater in the lane.
He is really, really clever. He's a difference maker on this ball club now. And especially John, because he comes in with the second group. And so he's the scorer with that second group.
A block called on Whaley. We will step aside. Jackie Johnson III is stepping up.
He really is. Watch the pump fake right there. Right in your face. Easy two.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship second round continues next week with the Sweet 16 tipping off Thursday on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For more information on the tournament game times and networks, go to NCAA.com. Keeping with the Mountain West theme, San Diego State right now is just demolishing Yale, up by 20. How good was the Mountain West this year?
Well, I think, number one, I think they had some really outstanding coaches. And I thought they had some real quality big people and players that could play in a lot of different leagues. And I think that's what made them really special.
So Boston College down by 2. Zachary will inbound underneath to Post. Post flash, they couldn't find him. Now they go in the post. Double team, kicks it out. Five on the shot clock. And it's taken away by Whaley. Challenge, and he still finishes at the rim.
UNLV did a great job of clogging the lane, and they never let whoever was guarding the ball be isolated one-on-one. He always had help, and that's why Boston College got the ball stolen. see the hard hedge?
Kevin Kruger said, our identity is guarding people. Well, they're getting after the Eagles right now. Look at that block by Boone. Madsen no good, tipped out. And guess who? Jackie Johnson III slows it down.
There's nothing slow about him now. This crowd really appreciates it. You know, this Vegas crowd understands basketball, football. I mean, they're really sports educated, so they appreciate good effort.
Whaley taking his time, poked out of bounds by Post. There'll be 5 on the shot clock. How about the big man going coast to coast?
Yeah, he is so nimble on his feet, and that's what gives him the ability to play bigger post guys, is his footwork.
Thomas throws it up to Boone, who corrals it. 3 on the shot clock, trying to create space from the NIT logo. Oh! The bank is open!
Holy cow. You need to take him to the casino with you tonight, I tell you what.
A 9-0 run by the Running Rebels. And a foul on Boone.
This is what I'm saying. Boone is able to elevate. See the way he elevates? I mean, from a standstill position. John, that is awful difficult to do, to take that shot from that distance from a standstill position and then be accurate with it.
Keelan Boone has taken his team on his back this stretch run of the season. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 for 6 from deep. That is impressive.
Yeah, this Boston College team is not going to go away, though.
Oh, no, you know that. Hand rising up.
They've got to find a way, though, to crack the defense. They're settling for too many three-point shots, Boston College is. And that's what got them behind earlier in the game.
Thomas off the penetration, dishing, and the easy flush. It is loud right now at the Thomas and Mack Center. Vegas, stand up.
The noise is incredible. Boston College feel like they're playing against the whole state of Nevada.
Keelan Boone, the 5th-year senior, leads all scorers with 17 right now.
He has been really special in the second half. His ability to shot make. He did it early, but then in the second half, he stepped it up to another level. As they move the basketball, and he does a great job of getting squared up. And the one thing, John, is he can explode right there from a standing still jump. He can still explode over defense. And this is the creme brulee of everything. He just buried that one. I'm just telling you.
That was just bonkers.
That was the dessert. He just served it up.
That was better than a dessert you'll find at Piero's here in Las Vegas, and that's a good restaurant. Largest lead of the game for UNLV. Let's see how Boston College responds.
Whenever Boston College drives the ball, they're doubling it. That's a tough shot.
What a big shot by Harris.
He's a big shot taker now. That's not luck. He's capable of doing that, but that's a hard shot. They're really doubling the ball with every penetration.
Low heat check for Boone, and it'll stay here, a foul against the Eagles. So the foul goes against Madsen. That'll be his 3rd personal. Thomas, free throw jumper. That was good D there by Zachary to get his hand in there. Harris starting to take over. His shot off the mark. Under 7 minutes to play here in the second half. Thomas, a little hesitation. He has so many tricks in his bag for a freshman.
What they did was they raised the floor, so everybody was foul line extended. So when he wound up turning the corner, there was nobody there to rim protect.
Madsen, that one in and out.
You know, Boston College still has a lot of time. And I think they need to try to establish some inside play to maybe try to slow down this UNLV offense.
Johnson's calling for it back, trying to get it inside. They go to Boone. This is Caleb. The Boone brothers are taking over.
Too much space. Too much space that time. He jabbed the post backed up. You got to go inside right now, I think.
Post spin move, met with a double. Did not hit rim. Shot clock's at 7, and the 3 falls for Devin McLaughlin.
You know, Post has to stop looking for foul call. He just got to go aggressively and go inside. The only way you're going to slow down Boone is getting him in some foul.
Going up top! Caleb Boone. We weren't sure he was even going to play tonight, and now he's throwing it down on people's heads.
They're playing with so much energy. John, you got to put some physicality on this UNLV team, because right now they're playing pickup ball, and they're playing free and easy in front of this crowd. You throw the lob up, catches it, and dunks it. Yeah. You got to make them feel your body. You can't give them easy baskets.
You know, they said he had a bum ankle, but it looked pretty good there getting up.
With this crowd and the way they've been so supportive, that's one way of getting your ankle back. You get the adrenaline flowing.
So the foul called against Madsen. That is his 4th.
You know, if I tell you all the time, when your team doesn't score, it changes the mentality of your players, and it makes them a little frustrated. So it's important for Boston College to get a couple buckets here to get their composure to get back in this game.
I've loved the toughness of Jaden Zachary. I mean, even just a slight, he put his shoulder down, protected his body, went to the rim hard. He was either going to get the bucket or get fouled. He means a lot to this Boston College team.
Oh, he does. And this group has been through a lot. I mean, they're not going to give up. They're just running into a buzzsaw today. But what they're running into is a really good defensive team. And it has not allowed Boston College to flow offensively like they're capable of.
So 1 of 2 from the line for Zachary. It's a 9-point lead for the Running Rebels. UNLV deciding to run some clock here. Shot clock's down to 6. Baseline hanging, and it's Post with the rebound. Harris turns that corner and pinned by Boone. Post, a deep 3 from dead on, got it.
But that's okay. Even though he got it blocked that time, you've got to take the ball to the basket. You got to collapse the defense and make them think about that and maybe pick up a foul.
For Post, he leads the way for Boston College. He now has 16. You like this UNLV slowing it down?
Well, they're in the zone and they're trying to read. They're not doing it on purpose. They're trying to get a really good shot.
Here's Keelan Boone, turnaround, and an offensive rebound by Whaley.
And if they're going to offensive rebound like that, then you don't mind them taking some time, but they're really just trying to probe the defense and get a really good shot. They're not trying to take the air out of the ball yet.
Kevin Kruger says, guys, pass and move, pass and move. There's the pass, but it's blocked by Post. McLaughlin running the floor. Didn't have the handle, so now they kick it out, and Post filling the lane for the stuff. Boston College back within 4 with just under 3.5 to play. What a game.
It is, and this Boston College team is going to fight you to the end now.
For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Alongside the coach, Perry Clark, I'm John Schriffen. What a ball game we've got here.
We have. I mean, these two teams have stayed the course. They followed the game plan, and it's been ebbs and flows, and nobody's gotten away from what they wanted to do to start the game. I think for UNLV, they wanted to space the floor, spread it, drive the basketball, use their athleticism. And for Boston College, they wanted to go through post and get him involved and get other people easier shots.
What's the key to dissecting this zone?
I think you got to suck it up, make more than one guy play you.
Boone shot too strong. His brother Keelan tried to tip it out, but it's Boston College coming away. Harris, catch and shoot. What'd you think of that shot?
That's what he does. I mean, so that's the way he's played all year. So you can't, he's won a lot of games for him and made a lot of big baskets. You like to maybe be a little bit more patient, but that's what he has done all year.
Whaley from the elbow. It's Webster nailing the 3.
Webster does so many things for this team. Defensively, he comes in. He plays with Johnson in the backcourt to create pressure. He can also step up and knock down jump shots.
Post with a good head fake. The spin move gets all the way into the lane.
That's why he was an all-ACC player. I mean, he is really skilled.
Post now up to 18 points on the night to go along with 8 rebounds and 3 assists. Keelan Boone spinning, finds his brother. Caleb, one-on-one against Post, up and under. 1:30 to play here in the second half. It's a 5-point game. Good screen by Post. And a kick ball. So Johnson will come back in.
That's not a surprise defensively.
He'll replace Caleb Boone. So UNLV deciding to go a little smaller here. Post, he is working hard to get position. He's calling for it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Harris.
Again, I don't think that was a shot that they really would have preferred having. I think they would have liked to have some sort of penetration. Thomas is not going to give the ball up now unless you have a layup. He's calling for a ball screen right now. You're either going to have to foul him or somebody's going to get a layup.
Coach, I can't even see the court. Gucci Rowe is on their feet right now. 5-point lead for UNLV. Shot clock's at 4. Thomas gives it up. Keelan Boone did get the shot off, but it's Post with the board. Do you need a 3 right here?
You just have to score.
Harris put up a brick. He wanted a foul. UNLV. And Zachary will give up the foul for Boston College.
You know what I'm impressed with? This fan base, for all that they've been through, and you live here, and all the struggles they've had, they came out today to cheer for this team and give them all the support they could. That's awful special.
Vegas gets behind their teams. I'll tell you, I lived here. I've enjoyed my time in Vegas. The fans here, they know how to support. And it's funny, I've been talking about Gucci Row, a little history lesson. The story behind Gucci Row, it started in the late 80s when UNLV was going on their run. It was actually the owner of a restaurant here in town called Piero's, Freddie Glussman. He was a huge UNLV fan. He bought 20 courtside tickets and gave them out, and then gave out these bags that we called them Gucci bags to kind of make it catchy, and filled it with popcorn. Gave it to all his friends. It blew up. Celebrities, everybody wanted to get on Gucci Row. And I'm telling you, when people get behind this UNLV team, it's something special here in Vegas. We'll be back. .9 seconds to play as Earl Grant, Boston College head coach, looks on, down by 6.
Boston College fans have really something to look forward to. That young man is a heck of a coach, and he's building a really special program. It's huge for them to be here in the NIT, and they perform very well.
When we were in practice yesterday, the only other time I felt intensity like that was when I went to a Houston practice. Boston College has something special here with head coach Earl Grant. Here goes post, shot from the corner, it goes. 5-point lead and a quick foul.
This is the time when I was, as a coach, when I was up, that I was the most nervous, because all that can happen is we blow the lead and they say Clark can't coach. So this was always, you know, you always want to finish. I talk about time and score, and I learned that from the great Morgan Wooten. But this is where going to the line, making foul shots, not turning the ball over so you can finish games.
Well, I hate to bring up a sore spot for UNLV fans, but there was a game earlier this season. They were up by 4 with about 14 seconds left, and they lost on a 5-point play.
Yes.
So anything can happen.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this was the time I was most concerned. So we did all the heavy lifting. Now you just got to finish it.
And Thomas makes them both. 7-point lead. Madsen brings it up. Post. He'll take a deep one. And that should do it. Boston College will give up one more foul. Coach, this UNLV team has been battered, different lineups all season, but Kevin Kruger in his 3rd season has found a way to get the support of this Vegas community, and they are about to punch their ticket to the quarterfinal.
They have never stopped fighting, and again, I was just so impressed with meeting the guys yesterday, and they all came over and shook our hands and introduced themselves, and just the way they carry themselves. I mean, you know, and Kevin comes from a great basketball family. I mean, his dad is one of the Hall of Famers and just a very, very special person in Lon.
When they beat Princeton in the first round, it was their first postseason win in 16 years. Now they go back-to-back in the postseason. A 79-70 win over Boston College, as UNLV will advance to the quarterfinals of the NIT and will take on Seton Hall.
Yeah, it's good to see in the handshake line. You know, in this game, the respect that you have for people that you know work extremely hard and do a really good job. And it's not about the score, although we all want the score in our favor. It's about the energy and the effort.
You know, we got to give a shout out to Boston College and the season that they had, and the future is bright for the Eagles.
Without question.
So we update our bracket here in the NIT. UNLV will move on. They will take on Seton Hall. They'll have to go back to the East Coast. That game will either be Tuesday or Wednesday. What a performance by UNLV running Rebels tonight, Coach.
I tell you, they did it from beginning to end. What I was most impressed with was their defense, and their defense stole this basketball game from Boston College, because they really did a good job of locking them down.
Keelan Boone, 19 points, 8 rebounds. He was the star for the running Rebels. For my partner, Perry Clark, I'm John Strippen signing off. UNLV moves on in the NIT.